So Chayo came to our home about a year ago in February of 2015. She was one of our first kids to come to the home, so we were kind of new at this. And I'll never forget the day that Chayo came. She arrived in the afternoon, and as I opened the door to the van that she was riding in, I saw this child that was covered in vomit and diarrhea, and she was running 104 fever, and she was asleep. And I just had a fear of what was wrong with this child and how sick she really was, and my job of helping her but yet also protecting the other children. So I carried her up the driveway, and we bathed her and we fed her a huge meal, which made me just wonder how long it had been since she'd eaten. And then she slept 18 hours. And after that, Chayo woke up and she screamed for about 3 weeks. She had so many issues with her, I couldn't figure out exactly what was wrong with her. She was very angry and aggressive to the other children, and not your common 2-year-old issues. She was so frustrated, and I couldn't tell what had happened to her in the last 2 years of her life, but I could tell it was pretty disturbing. So we nurtured her and tried to heal her little body that was so sick. And about a month later, we decided to test her to see if she could hear. Sometimes she would respond to voices, we thought, but other times I felt like she couldn't hear at all, and she certainly couldn't communicate, but she could speak and make sounds, not like a normal deaf child. So we took her to some specialists in the city in Guatemala, and it was determined that she was completely deaf in one ear and could hear 20% in the other ear. So that helped us to get a lot of background on what all our issues were with this kiddo. So we did a lot of sign language training with her. Our nannies were amazing, and they really took to that. And not only did they teach Chayo the sign language, but they also taught all the other children so they could communicate with her also. And I could tell it was going to take a miracle, because what she needed was a cochlear implant. And the cochlear implant runs between $30,000 and $40,000. And for our orphanage that runs on total donations, I knew it would just take a miracle. So we had some people visiting from the States that got to meet Chayo last summer and decided that it was their goal to raise the money for this kiddo, for her to have this surgery and the cochlear implant. And Rebecca went home and was so determined and followed up with everything, and in a week she had raised the money for this procedure. And I was just blown away at how God used her, this woman who I'd never met and came to the orphanage one time, that God just used her to impact Chayo's life for the rest of her life. And so now we are at this place where we get to watch her have her life changed and change the people around her. And it's only because God touched the heart of people that were here visiting her and made a difference in her life. In my life, I have been able to witness many miracles, and it's been amazing to watch here in Guatemala the different things that happen on a daily basis. But it's amazing to me how God can use one person to come to see us and turn the hearts towards these kids. And I'm just so grateful for all the people that gave and donated to this cause. It's just life-changing for Chayo and for the people here at House of Hope. And I am just in awe of God and His goodness to these kids. So I just wanted to thank everybody to listening to the call of the Lord, and He's the one that put it on your heart to give to this child. So we just just want to thank you and know that we are very grateful here at House of Hope.